Hi, Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Today is Saturday, February 14th, 2026. Happy Valentine's Day. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My channel is on my hobbies. Right now it's primarily cross-stitching with a little bit of sewing, tiny little bit of quilting thrown in. I also enjoy paper crafting. I like to make gift cards, gift card holders, greeting cards, treat boxes, gift tags, that kind of thing. This week did not go as I had planned. I wound up getting either a really bad allergy situation or I caught the other thing that's floating around. So I was very congested for most of the week, and I had to work 2 nights, 2 evenings. One I was able to leave right after, we gave our announcement. I went home, but the next night I was out pretty late. And so yeah, it was an interesting week. I did get stitching done. I got no sewing done, but that's okay. The other thing that happened is last week when I was filming my video, my son and his girlfriend came out and interrupted, and look what we got. So they bought these little cross-stitch kits. They are adorable. They each bought one. They each are different, and they're each stitching something for the other one out of it. So this is a Hello Kitty cross-stitch kit. It comes with 1 hoop and 14 count Aida and the charts to do the critters. That's what the little chart book is. How much was this? $10.95 at Barnes and Noble. And so a Super Bowl Sunday, I was stitching and he's like, "Mom, look, twinning." And he made this. Now, it's not perfect. It's his very first time ever cross-stitching, but this is what he made. And she's making something for her, and I asked him today when he was finishing putting her whiskers on. He had forgotten her whiskers. I said, are you having fun with it? He goes, kinda. I think that's a win. I don't know. But I think she's enjoying it. So every time I see him, he's like, I want to finish this. I want to finish this. And he tells me what he wants to do. And I said, I have things. When you're ready, we'll go out and we'll find, like, into the room, and we'll find something that you can finish it on. I've got some ideas. So when it's all finished, we will, I'll take a picture and show you. But it's adorable, and I'm cracking up, and they're having a good time, and they'll do that. Her family, they will do craft nights, and so this is right up her alley, and he's just kind of joining in, and I think it's darling. So so that was fun. Super Bowl, I did get quite a bit of work done on my Sunday sampler. And what else happened? Oh, on Monday, I'm stitching in my chair. My husband comes out. He's like, "We got water under the house." And I'm like, "What?" It's like, "We got water under the house. Come look." We just don't have water under the house. We have that very fine, powdery dirt under the house. And it wasn't just wet. There was standing water. And it didn't smell good. So my first thought is, awesome. We have a sewage leak. So we buttoned it up, and here's the joy of the whole thing. To access under my house, it's through a crawl space in my closet floor. Which, when you're buying the house when you're 26, you're like, we can manage that. When you're 55, you're like, don't get anything on my carpet. So So yeah, so that's what we did yesterday. I stayed home from work. I worked a little bit from home. I worked more than half the day from home actually. And I did my conference call. I did, all the things I needed to do. And I was waiting for the plumber. And thank God it's not a main sewer line, because we've lived here for 30 years. And I don't think we've ever replaced the main sewer line. No, it's not. It's the pipe from our kitchen and our laundry room, which are right next to each other. One feeds this way, one feeds this way, and then they connect somewhere and go straight out to the street. It's that kitchen pipe, or the pipe that goes to the street, that is completely corroded and just busted. And if I think back, I've noticed a smell off and on, and I just thought it was me. I mean, my nose isn't working like it used to. It's not consistent, but it sure does explain quite a lot. So they pumped out 40 gallons of water just to get to the point where they could fix the pipe. So they patched it with new piping, and as soon as all of the other water absorbs into the ground, or we could throw kitty litter under there, whatever, as soon as that's all done and it dries out, then he'll come back probably in about a month, and he will replumb the kitchen and the laundry room. So I asked him, I said, how far into the vacation fund is that going to cut into? He's like, well, I can't give you a price right now. And I'm like, of course not. Of course not. You can't give me a price. Why would you? So I think we'll be okay. I think it'll be just fine. But anyway, so we were very grateful that we didn't have a major sewage leak. It's just a typical, busted pipe. Who knows how long it's been like that. And we got the okay to, you can do the laundry and the dishwasher, but just not at the same time, which we knew that from, many, many years ago. So, there was that. I also told him that my toilet is, doesn't flush like it used to. Things get kind of stuck or whatever. And he's like, well, how long have you had that toilet? And I said, I don't know, when we remodeled the bathrooms the first time. So it's been 25 years, 27 years, something like that. And he looked at me and he goes, I think you need a new toilet. I said, no, I love my toilet. My toilet is so pretty. I love it so much. He's like, well, I'll let you pick out the toilet, but you're going to need a new toilet. I'm like, okay. So I get a new toilet too. So I have to do that today. I have to go online. He told me a model to go look at. I'm going to go look at it, and online first. And we'll go from there. But yeah, so then he leaves. And of course, you clean the bathroom after the plumber's been there anyway. So I go in to clean the bathroom, and I turn on the faucet to wash the sink, sanitize the sink out, and it starts backing up. Now, I told him that the sink started backing up when I brushed my teeth, but it backed up much quicker and it didn't drain very fast. So I immediately called my husband. The guy had been gone maybe 10 minutes. So within 30 minutes, he came back, snaked that clump of hair, all mine because nobody else is in there. So that now that's all working again. So I had quite a Friday. So that's what's been going on with us. But all through that, I was able to get a lot done. So at least I feel like I was able to get some stuff done. So let's go ahead and start. I've got stitching, and I've got a little bit of haul, no finishes. My friend came in for winter garden. Lengthwise, it fits perfectly, but I put in the wrong measurement for the height, and I am so irritated with myself. You can send it back for a full refund, or you can say that it's not what you thought, and they'll refund you 50% and you keep it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remeasure, and I'm going to order again, and I'm going to keep that frame because I was looking at it. It's a little narrower. And I think there's some pieces that will work in there. Like I'm wondering if the Brenda Gervais Quakers, if a couple of them might work. If not, I'm sure I'll find a use for it. It's beautiful. So I'm just going to reorder it, the right size. Serenity now. So that'll be another few weeks before it comes, I'm sure. So I decided I wanted to work on an Easter project. This is not one that I started brand new. I started this last year. But this is Egg Collector by Teresa Kogut. I got this when she was when it was in her Patreon. Sorry, words. But now it's released. You can get this chart. And I decided I was going to stitch mine on 40 count milk and honey. I don't think she didn't list it. With the called for colors. And I'm stitching it 1 over 2. And these are the called for colors. So really muted and pretty. And they just look so gorgeous on this Milk and Honey. Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. I think I'm going to need to get more of this fabric. Although it's a pretty big piece. But that's where I'm at. So I had already done that part of the alphabet, and I started in on the bunny face and neck. She's going to be so cute. I think I'm going to frame her, and I see her, as I was stitching, I see her in like a white, vintagey looking frame, maybe a wooden, lightly sanded, grungy frame for Easter, or maybe in a frame that's that, that tealy color. We'll see when it's all done, how I feel at that point. But I would like to make some progress between now and the end of April on this one. We'll see how far we get. Because, I'd like to make progress on all of my whips. It just doesn't happen. But it did feel good to pull out a... It did feel good to pull out an Easter project. My Sunday sampler. This is The Simple Life by Teresa Kogut. This is this was a stitch along for her tier 4. Oops, sorry. The stitch along for her tier 4 Patreon group, and from 2023, and I'm stitching it on the called for, which is 40 count Overcast linen by Cedar River Linen, and I'm using the called for floss. Beautiful muted colors again. And I made quite a bit of progress. I mean, it might not look like a ton, but it really did. Again, remember, I wasn't feeling 100% on Sunday. That's when that whole sinusy thing started happening. So I really just wanted to sleep all day. So I finished off these flowers. I put the centers in, and then did I do all the animals? I think I added the bee skep. I finished the bees. I started the bird. This little white here is the tail of a deer. And then I did the frog and the fish, and I started in on the water. So I'll work on it again tomorrow. We'll see how far I get. but I'm really pleased that I can see it coming together. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I will be very pleased to get this finished. And my Friday focus. For those of you that are new, I feel like a broken record, but I feel like I need to say this almost every time because of new subscribers or someone new that's, popping on to see what the video is about. I have a Friday focus piece and I have a Sunday sampler piece. My Sunday sampler piece is something that I pick up. I do the same project every Sunday. This year it's a sampler, and I'm working on it every Sunday until it's done. I started doing that with Land That I Love when I got to a certain point, and that helped me get it across the finish line. Otherwise, these things stay and they languish for years. And this one has been here since 2023, and I'm tired of seeing it. So I want it up on the wall. So that's what I'm doing with my Sunday focus. That is also what I'm doing with my Sunday sampler. With my Friday focus, it's the same thing. I'm taking a piece, usually it's a small, and if it's at least 50% done or more, then I will work on it every Friday until it's finished. Typically 2 to 3 weeks, and I've got a piece finished. So that's been working really well, and that's how I got quite a bit done last year. So this right now, my Friday focus is the monthly weigh-in in March, because I've had this out since this was released a very long time ago, like 2 years ago. I'm stitching this on the called for, which is a 28 count Tea Dyed Monaco. And I made quite a bit of progress yesterday. So I worked on these tulips, and I worked on these ducks and this next tulip, and then I came down here and I finished off these flowers. I finished off the pot, and then I came up here and I started working on the green, and I finished off the green in this area, and I started bringing it over. So quite a bit of stitching. I probably stitched on it, well, let's see, I probably picked it up about 4:30 yesterday afternoon, and I stitched until we went to dinner, and then I picked it up and stitched on it for another couple hours. So maybe 4 hours I worked on it, and that was with interruptions, and I did have to frog a little bit of this duck here, or chick, or whatever it is. Probably a chick because, eggs. Although ducks lay eggs. So, yeah, so I'm so happy to see this work its way through. I know I said last time 1 or 2 more weeks. I think still 1 or 2 more weeks to get that finished. We'll see how that all works out. When my son was asking me, because his stitches are not perfect on his little Hello Kitty, so I was showing him how, because he was, oh, can I do this way? And like where you stitch one way, on the row, and then you come back and you cross your stitches. I said, oh yes, let me show you. So I pulled out this piece because it was easy to see. And then I thought, oh, I should work on that. So 12 Monthly Minis by Primrose Cottage. I am working on May, which is right here. And I am stitching mine on 32 count Buttermilk Lugana by Live and Dye LA. And I'm using some of the called for, and I'm just kind of choosing from my stash if I'm missing a color. just because these are little and they're seasonal, I'm just pulling something that I think looks good, and we're going from there. And so I didn't get very far on it, but this is where I got. I finished the flower stems, and I added the green here, and I added these flowers here, and the flowers and the greenery up there. And as you can see, I have 4 of the others done. So January, February, March, April, May. I will finish these into little pillows that I can tuck into my tiered trays or into a dough bowl. I pulled out this project in this project bag with this bag bling made by me. And this is 324. Goodness. By Works by ABC. What I'm doing is I'm just going through and I'm putting a bunch of the floss colors. Well, I'm going through the list. This list here. And I'm working on a diagonal. And when I get to a point where I don't have very many, or I'm starting to miss quite a few, then I will stop what I'm doing and I'll come out into my room and I'll pull the flosses that I have, and the ones that I don't, I will make a note of and I will go buy. But it uses 324 different colors of DMC floss. So they give you this sheet. This is a photocopy of it. What I do is when I am done with a color, to keep my spot, I highlight. And then when I'm done with the motif, to keep my place so I don't lose my spot, I take a little highlighter tape and I just stick it on the motif. That way I know it's done. It's been working really well. And I haven't lost track of where I'm at yet. This is being stitched on 40 count optical white linen. No. Yes, 40 count. And here we are. So I worked on the blues. So I got these done. I somehow don't have this color here, so I've left that one blank. So we'll come back to it. But it's really pretty. I'm really enjoying it. And then what I do is I put all the colors that are coming up that I've pulled on the floss, on the ring, so that it's all right here. And then when it's done, it comes off the ring and it gets dropped into my basket. And here are the colors that are done. And then I just drop them into my bin to be put back into stash. So I do that. But I think it's going to be so pretty. I originally wanted to frame this and hang it in my office at work, and I may still do that, but I might just leave it here. We'll see. And last but not least, I pulled out a fall piece that I want to get done. And it is Autumn Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I was a little all over the place this week. No Valentine's. I don't even know why I say I'm going to get this done by such and such. It never happens. I am stitching mine on what am I stitching on? 32 count, beautiful beige linen. And I did a color change. Instead of stitching it with the called for, which is Pumpkin Pie by Color and Cotton, for a while there, for about 6 months, I was part of the Bestitch Me Silk floss club, and this beautiful skein called Harvest of hand-dyed silk came, and it's got greens and oranges and browns, just really a beautiful fall color. And that's what I decided to stitch mine up with, and I think it's stunning on this fabric. But I have a problem because it calls for 2 skeins of the pumpkin pie on this count, and this is how much I have left. So I'm like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? So you'll see that there's parts of the motifs that are missing. I'm keeping those out intentionally, and I'm gonna stitch everything that I absolutely want in the Harvest color. And then what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back in, if I don't have enough to finish these motifs, I'm going to come in with this orange color and I'm going to stitch. So like there's a pumpkin on this tray, and I'll stitch that in the orange. There's like a floral motif in here, I'll stitch that in orange. There's a sunflower motif here, I'll stitch that in orange, just so that I have enough of this floss to do the whole thing, you know, all of the bulk of it. I would like the whole thing to be in the Harvest color, but if I can't have that, then I'll use this. It's either this color or this color, but I've decided that this color is a little too close to the brown that's in here, and I wanted something a little bit with a little bit more contrast. And I really think that this one is called October. I really think that it complements it well, I think. So I put the plate in. I worked on this motif here and this motif and these right there. So I made quite a bit of progress. This could also wind up being a Friday focus. We're that close. See, I have a lot of pieces that could be a Friday focus. I'm close to finishing many of them. And that's all the stitching I got done. Okay. Haul. My Floss Fix, Classic Colorworks Floss Fix came in. And this month we've got Sparkling Rose, Spinach, Spun Sugar, St. Bernard, Steamed Broccoli, and Stepping Stones. And they're so pretty together. I mean, it's like they were made. Sometimes you're like, those weren't made for each other at all. And sometimes you really get lucky and they are made for each other. But that's not what she's doing. She's just going down the alphabet. So those are here, and I'm excited to have them. And then what I needed to do is I needed to order some fabric, some lining fabric. because when I was making my project bags, I noticed that I didn't have enough fabric in my stash to line them with. So I didn't want to use all of the coordinating fabrics that I had ordered with the fabric collection that I was using. So I went on to Fat Quarter Shop and I bought some low volumes that would be really good linings. And I hope that you can see these. So I bought a Swiss dot. And I bought, this one's Daisy. And then a floral. And then I bought a couple yards of this really pale pink with dots on it. It's a neutral, and it's just a really nice accent fabric. So I picked up those. And then I also picked up, because I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I haven't been able to join the club. But they had extras of the Needle Minder of the Month Club by Flamingo Toes. And so I went ahead and I picked it up. This is from January. And it's super cute. This was the Needle Minder. Reminds me of Happy Feet. And it comes with a chart to stitch him. Also, if you want to embroider, it comes with a outline so that you can embroider. And then it came with the floss needed to complete the project. All for under 20 bucks. So 3811, 931, B 5200, 310, and 720. So, oh my God, excuse me. So, really cute. I'm not sure that I want to try to pursue the monthly club, but this one I thought was cute enough, and I thought, I'm curious. So the curiosity got the best of me, and I just ordered it. And that's it. That's all I've got for this week. Oh, maybe it was allergies this week. Maybe it wasn't a cold. Who knows? Actually, I want to keep that out. So this week coming up, I'm going to check my calendar, see if I have anything going on. I'm off on Monday. I think they have something going on Thursday. I don't think they need me for it. So I think I'm in the clear. The plan this weekend, I do have the 3-day weekend. I would like to do some sewing today. I would like to do some sewing either tomorrow or Monday. We'll see how far I get on my supplies. I did not order more Warm and Natural to put on the inside of my project bags. So maybe I will look at that today and see if I can't have some of that delivered tomorrow. So I'd like to do that because I really have been wanting to sew. It's just I haven't really had the energy. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do this week or this weekend, and then stitch all week long. Maybe go back to my paint by numbers. Maybe I'll do that for a little bit. One of these, maybe I'll do that tonight. We'll see. We'll see. And I'm making progress in this room. I know you can't tell by looking back here. And you see things over here. You can't tell, but I promise it's looking better. So I would like to make, I'd like to knock this down even more, so that I would just like to get everything put away, if I'm quite honest. So yeah, that's the plan. And then I haven't done anything for my husband for Valentine's Day. So I'd like to at least make him a card. So that will be first and foremost before I do anything else. Yeah, so that's it. Market. We've never talked about market. I'm surprised that I haven't. I I'm not buying a lot from market this year, for reasons that I will explain in another video. But I did, my husband, he's so funny. He's like, what do you want? Do you want anything for Valentine's Day? Be honest. I'm like, no, it's okay. And then I started thinking, and I thought, maybe I do want something. Because the Brenda Gervais charts came out. So I texted him back and I'm like, these charts came out that I really, really want. You could get those for me. He's like, okay. So I think I ordered all of the Brenda Gervais charts. I ordered most of them through Chantel's 141, and then I got the display board for the one that has the Uncle Sam, because I think that's super cute. And then I went to Annabella's to get the chart for that piece because Chantel was out, and the patriotic Quaker that Brenda put out. So yeah, I have those. I have 2 different orders coming, and so that's all that I'm doing. They have some great things. They've got, and I also bought the patriotic pears from Annie B's folk art. So that's all I really bought. I have seen gorgeous charts. I really, really have. I just haven't, I think it's just me being busy and under the weather. I just haven't been feeling it. And I'm working on a super secret project that's been kind of consuming and distracting me a little bit. And so I think that's helped. But I'm also having a little bit of FOMO about some of the fabrics and some of the flosses. But I just kind of decided, just hold off. So we'll see. There's still a couple weeks left. I could just blow my budget. We'll find out. But for right now, I'm really happy that I got the Brenda Gervais charts for sure. I know Plum Street had some really cute, I think it was Plum Street. Plum Street had some nice releases as well. Lots and lots and lots of patriotic out there right now. As it should be. So, I think a lot of us are going to be stitching a lot of patriotic for the foreseeable future. And that's okay with me. I love stitching patriotic. Something about the red, white, and the blue. It's just such a pretty color combination to my eye. And I think that's it. We're expecting rain next week for 4 days. And that's okay. We do need it. I don't like it. It's not about me. So, and then hopefully we will be getting close to the end of the rainy season, and hopefully, and we'll have a really nice sunny spring. I feel like the last few years, spring has not been very sunny. So I would really like to have a nice sunny spring. And that's it. I'm starting to kind of think about my garden and what I'm going to do out here this year. My daughter's dog is with her and not with us. So he would like to go. He would even hop a little garden fence that I have over here and go in behind my hydrangeas and dig holes. So I still have the fencing up. But I'm wondering, I think I can maintain those a little bit better, and then he won't pull plants out of my pots, hopefully. although I think Gunnar did a little bit of that too. So we will see. There is a rose bush I've been eyeballing for a while. I do love roses. I think they are my favorite flower. And this rose is one of those antique-y looking roses. So kind of a taupey beige lavender rose. I don't have one like that. So I definitely, if I do nothing else, I definitely want to get a big pot. And the pots I like are the glazed terracotta ones. So I want to get one of those, and I want to get the rose. And so if I do nothing else, I'll do that. And then of course the little filler flowers. I have some hydrangeas, geraniums over here, and the plants themselves are doing well. The pot needs to be replaced. So I'll either replace it all, or I'll repot the geraniums that are in there and see what that looks like. I had a succulent, the one that kind of looked like a cabbage rose, and that plant is kind of dying, hanging on by a thread. So I think I'm going to empty that pot out and put something cute in there. So I just want to kind of spruce it up, and I want to get back to making my garden kind of like a little flowery oasis. So we'll see how that all goes. Plus it gives me something to do in the evening when it's, dusk and it's still warm. Come out here about 7, 8 o'clock at night and just water my plants and enjoy the evening. I like to do that in the summer. So if I have more plants, I can be out here a little bit longer. So we will see where that all winds up. I might not get to do any of it if our plumbing bill is bigger than I thought, or we think it's going to be. Life, the thrill of owning a home. All right, that is it for me. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. I hope that you have a fantastic long weekend if you get to have a long weekend. Make sure that you stay safe. If you haven't done so already, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Be sure to share the video, like the video, comment on the video. I do read the comments. I love to read the comments, and I do like to respond to them. At least with the little heart, the heart like symbol, that I have seen it if you see that from me. And then sometimes I do take a minute and write back. I think that's it. Till next time, happy stitching. Bye. I lied. That's not it. It's not it at all. Let's talk about a live video. Shall we? I'm going to be doing a live video. I'm hoping it'll be next week, but it might be the week after. We will have to wait and see. But it is coming. As soon as the video, as soon as I decide when I'm going to do the video, some things kind of have to come together for me. I think I can pre-schedule it. I'm not sure. I haven't even looked into it. I will figure it out, and you will see it as a up and coming type of a thing. Like Primrose Cottage does it, Nicole Spore does it. So I just got to figure it out. I have no idea how the live will work. I've never done a live before. So we will see how that all turns out. But I do have an announcement that I want to make, and I want to do it live. It's kind of a big one, I think, personally. I'm very excited, cautiously optimistic. Things are not quite ready. So when we do the live, all will be revealed, and it will be soon. If it's not the 21st, it'll be the 28th. I promise. So hang in there, stay posted, stay tuned, and regardless, I'll either see you in this format next week or in a live video format next week. Happy stitching. Bye.